Merrick Garland has refused to turn over something that we are entitled to receive. The White House, as he's made public and said publicly, has commanded him, the President of the United States, has told the Attorney General not to turn over the tape. I think after last night's debate, I think we all understand very clearly why that is. So, that being said, we're going to be as aggressive as you can. We use every tool in our arsenal to make sure that the evidence that the House is entitled to is turned over. So
today we're diving into one of the most critical political and legal battles unfolding in Washington. House Speaker Mike Johnson takes a bold stand as the House of Representatives files a lawsuit against Attorney General Merrick Garland. What's at stake? The controversial Her tapes and their implications for President Biden. Watch as we break down the legal battle, the constitutional stakes, and what this means for the future of government oversight. Don't miss this deep dive into the fight for accountability.
Yes,
Mr. Speaker, Representative Luna has offered up a resolution to enforce inherent contempt against the Attorney General. Do you plan to bring that to a vote, and do you think that's the best avenue to get the tapes from Special Counsel Her's investigation?
Well, all the House Republicans are in 100% agreement that we have to be aggressive in enforcing the subpoenas of the House. This is about our Article I authority under the Constitution, and we cannot allow the executive branch to defy that. Merrick Garland has refused to turn over something that we are entitled to receive. Because we're pursuing our oversight responsibility under the Constitution, we have to ensure that the transcript that we've been provided of Special Counsel Her's investigation of President Biden, or his lengthy examination and questioning of President Biden, we have to make sure the transcript matches the audio tape. That is a very reasonable thing and a necessary thing for the House and its investigatory authority to do. The Attorney General is not turning it over. He does not have the authority to decide whether that tape is turned over to the House. He's the Attorney General. This is a special counsel proceeding. The special counsel, by definition and necessity, works outside the scope of the Department of Justice. He doesn't get to make that call. I called the Attorney General myself, and we had a conversation about this, and I said, sir, you have to turn this over. He refuses to do so. The White House, as he has made public and said publicly, has commanded him, the President of the United States, has told the Attorney General not to turn over the tape. I think after last night's debate, I think we all understand very clearly why that is. He will very likely sound exactly on that tape as he did on the stage last night, and that's embarrassing to the President. We're sorry about that. We're not trying to embarrass the President. We're trying to get down to the facts. So, that being said, we're going to be as aggressive as you can. We use every tool in our arsenal to make sure that the evidence that the House is entitled to is turned over. So we are going to court on Monday. We're filing a lawsuit. We are going to go pursue and execute upon that subpoena. We're going to get the courts, the third branch, to enforce the executive branch to turn over the tapes to the legislative branch. It's an exercise in civics, and we'll be pursuing it.
So the court, you're going to go through the court system and not attempt inherent contempt?
Look, I think the easiest way, the best way, is to allow the third branch to resolve this dispute between the executive and the legislative branch. There may be other avenues that we can pursue, and we're looking into all that, but we're not committed to anything yet. What Paulina Luna and I and all House Republicans agree upon is that we've got to use every tool in the toolbox here, so to speak, because this is very, very serious, a serious matter for the country, and we're going to do our duty here.
This legal fight is more than just about tapes. It's a civics lesson in action. The Constitution grants Congress the power of oversight. But when the executive branch refuses to comply, it creates a deadlock. That's where the courts, the third branch, come in. Johnson and House Republicans believe this is the best avenue to resolve the dispute. But here's the kicker. If the courts side with the House, it could set a powerful precedent for future oversight battles. So, what does this mean for President Biden and the Department of Justice? If the tapes reveal inconsistencies or damaging information, it could create a political firestorm. And for Merrick Garland, this lawsuit could mark a turning point in how the DOJ handles executive privilege. Whether the White House can keep control of this narrative remains to be seen.